Welcome. Myself, Tariqul Islam, Assistant Professor at Protocol Science and Technology University, Bangladesh. In this video, I'll discuss about consumer behavior and renewable energy. Here includes an overview and brief description including consumer behavior and consumer willingness to pay and investment in renewable energy technology. Then types of behavior change that are needed to promote a renewable energy, then reason for behavior change for adopting renewable energy, and then finally factors for public acceptance of renewable energy. Also, barrier to renewable energy technology adoption at individual level, and finally different way for transition of consumer behavior from traditional to sustainable energy will be discussed in next video. Okay, let's start with consumer behavior. Consumer behavior is the study of consumers' process, consumption, products, and service disposal they use or they choose, including their emotion, taste, mental, and behavioral response. Consumer behavior incorporates philosophies from several sciences, including economics, psychology, biology, or chemistry. A consumer is generally thought of as a person who identifies a need or desire, makes a purchase, and then dispose of the product during the stages in consumption process. Well, then another point is consumers' willingness to pay an investment in renewable energy technology. Social acceptance is a significant requirement for adoption of any new technology. Investors and decision makers are faced with additional challenge for taking any initiatives as acceptance of population mainly influence the outcome of the project. Public acceptance fluctuates with the technology type and is associated with the local financial reimbursement regulation as well as other fundamentals such as job creation or local socio-economic development. For example, a study is done to investigate the social acceptance and willingness to pay for photovoltaic solar energy in the southern part of Bangladesh. The key findings of the study are almost 78% of the people are very interested in photovoltaic solar electricity. Around 80% of the people are willing to purchase solar panel if the 50% cost of the solar panel subsidized by the government. Okay. Next point is reason for behavior change for adopting renewable energy. Behavior change for sustainable energy use mainly depends on addressing the background behavior. Firstly, need to identify which factors affect energy transmission behavior most. It is important to discuss the factors responsible for behavior change, which are basically knowledge, motivation, and context. First of all, knowledge. People knowledge and misconception regarding global warming, climate change, or renewable energy is the prime factor for energy transition. As a significant number of consumers believe that climate change and global warming is a victim and humans have no contribution for that specific issue. Another group of people knowledge level is not so high regarding renewable or non-renewable energy. Climate change and renewable energy is higher in most of the case among educated people, but in some case, due to financial barrier, they don't try to realize the situation most. Only a limited number of people know that heating and cooling homes contribute to global warming. They have misperception regarding the relative contribution of different activities and processes causing global warming. People are not well enough knowledgeable regarding using home appliance. Sometimes they think that larger size appliance only needs electricity, but a smaller size doesn't use power. Sometimes people have less knowledge like that they can save energy by showering or bathing less. Then second point is motivations. People will be more engaged with sustainable energy when they get relatively more benefit and less cost. The consequences of such behaviors will be more favorable. Then people will be transit from traditional energy use. If people find those behavior which have relative low individual cost and high individual benefit, they are more likely to engage a larger rate. For engaging people with sustainable energy, need to adapt interventions which will be more interesting. If they don't get highly benefited and the intervention is not so attracting, then people will not adapt and change their behavior. Third and final factor is contextual factor. People always care about environment and give priority on biospheric value. Lack of knowledge on environmental implications and lack of motivations, sustainable energy behavior can be inhibited by various contextual factors like cost and benefit of different energy behavior. For example, cycling than driving will be more effortful for long distance, but people have to realize subsidy scheme can make investment in solar panel or investment in energy efficient technology more affordable. Now, the last topic for today is factors for public acceptance of renewable energy technology. Basically, different factors are responsible for acceptance of renewable energy technology at different level. Like that, at personal level, that includes age, gender, class, or income. At social psychological level, like knowledge and direct experience, perceived impact, environmental and political belief, place attachment, and finally at contextual level that includes technology type and scale, institutional structure, and special context. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.